Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 121, where we talk about Master Chief, space, Apple TV crap,
delicious trailers,
delicious trailers from
the
Game Awards.
Game Awards.
So much.
So much to talk about.
In the pre-show, we were talking about TV shows, and The Expanse just dropped the new season, which is crazy. I feel like there is so many new seasons coming this month. Like, you got Cobra Kai, you got Witcher at the end of the week.
Cobra Kai's coming out this month?
Cobra Kai's coming on like the 31st.
The new shit.
I know, right? There's so much. There's so much TV to watch. I'm like, crap. I need to figure out.
Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Sure.
Although I'm most excited. I'm most excited for, God damn it, what's that show called? Never mind.
Cowboy Bebop season 2.
No. Just speaking of Cowboy Bebop, they get canceled.
Okay.
Just watch the original show. Just
you know why?
It's literally on Netflix.
But part of the problem is they had Arcane just come out and be like, check out how dope Arcane is, and then Cowboy Bebop's like, but what about us? And it was like, nah, it's not.
No.
Yeah, it's
not you though.
No.
Cowboy Bebop, I think the live action would have been fine if they just said
if it was more interesting and fun to watch.
No, if they were inspired by the anime, but was not a live action remake of the anime. Because when they went
was
away
it like
from
shot for shot? I've never watched the real one.
No, when Faye is a completely different character, completely different. Not even the same person.
Faye being
the girl.
I only got about 3/4 through episode 1.
The girl. Yeah, so pretty much most people were like, when they did their own thing and it was like this kind of space bounty hunter thing, it was way better than when they were trying to be the anime. It's very hard to make a remake of one of the best anime ever, or one of the best anything ever made, right? When you try and remake a thing.
Okay, let me ask you.
And that's what Mandalorian does so well, is we have a world that is cool, and we're just going to tell another story inside of that world. That's so fun.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, I think.
For sure. Yeah.
Also, good writing, good acting. That helps too.
It helps quite a bit. Really does.
And a little robot.
Yeah.
Or a little like green dude that people like as well.
Both a robot and a green dude. Yeah.
Robot.
Exactly.
Yeah. It helps.
What else is coming out this month? There's you said The Witcher. You said
the book of
is coming out this
right?
month.
Mm-hmm.
The Expanse just started.
Yep, and they've been dropping episodes of Hawkeye, which
we have Hawkeye, which is leading into the new Spider-Man movie.
I'm 3 episodes into Hawkeye, and I'm loving it.
Or is that going to
movies?
Oh,
just the movie theater?
Matrix is dropping this month as well. New Matrix.
Oh, that's right.
The movie, dude. December is packed,
and those movies have just been getting better as they make more, right?
I hope it's good. I really do.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. And
have you guys ever seen a sequel to a movie that was so bad that it ruined the original movie for you?
I feel like I have, but I immediately wiped it from my memory banks.
My example is always Highlander 2. It's so bad, and it retcons the history of Highlander in such a way that it actually ruins watching the first movie.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch it. Just watch the first movie. Oh, you should watch the original. The original is a classic.
Human Centipede 2.
Oh, is there? I mean, I don't know why. I don't even want to ask this question, but is there even?
You don't want to know, right? You don't want to.
Oh, there's like
really
5 of those. There's a bunch of those.
You know what?
Not
Actually,
Google to find out.
Saw, because the first Saw was really good, like genuinely really well done. And then they just started devolving into, let's just show you stuff that's gory and blood and stuff.
It became like body horror,
part.
like torture porn.
It did, yeah.
Yeah,
whereas
the first one was a brilliant movie.
It really was. It was made and it was like thought provoking, and it was twists and turns where you're like, oh God, oh my God. And then they just let go of all of that and were like, what if there was more blood?
Good acting, good everything.
Yeah.
I just realized it's not a movie, but the last season of Game of Thrones. That falls.
Yeah.
Well,
That definitely falls in that category. It was so bad. It ruined not just a movie or a series, but it completely halted a cultural phenomenon in its tracks.
I'm pretty sure it killed the spinoff that was happening as well, even though there's a new spinoff now.
The reason it's speculated, but the speculated reason why that season 8 was so short why it wasn't season 8, 9, 10 was because the two creators of that show had been invited to go see do Star Wars stuff.
Right.
So they were trying to rush it to get out of there so they could go do Star Wars
Imagine
stuff.
trying to...
And it was so fucking bad that Star Wars was like, never mind.
Imagine trying to rush Game of Thrones, like the most successful TV series of all time that's taken the world by storm, that is a cultural phenomenon. And they're like,
I think you're forgetting about the Cosby Show here.
What? I want to go do Star Wars.
And they wanted to go to Star Wars, and there wasn't even Jar Jar Binks. I mean, why would you literally stop for such a rubbish experience? Like if they were like, oh, we're gonna do Jar Jar Binks the sequel, we're like, okay, drop everything.
Maybe they were gonna
cancel it.
Maybe they were gonna call it Jar Jar the Reckoning. That's what it was going to be, the series.
Exactly. I would have dropped Game of Thrones for that. But if it was just a regular Star Wars film, no. Dudes in bathrobes swinging laser beams around. No, I don't need to worry about that. Give me dragons.
Dragons, man. Dragon lady. Yeah.
I think where Star Wars is right now is it's in really good hands, right? It's like they're doing great stuff with those series. I think those last 3 movies didn't do particularly well, but I think that what they're doing with these series is really good. But we'll have to see because they're going to expand so much with this series. They're going to have like 4 different series going, and like, are they going to be able to keep this quality up? You know, with the creators spread so thin.
Well, it is Disney, and they got the cash to be like this. They want their streaming service to work, and they're like they know that a really big series that is
Disney made the last 3 movies.
Yeah, but no, okay, but they're looking at like TV shows and getting Disney Plus as a value proposition for people to subscribe because they know there's really big money. That Netflix has been like, look how much money we're making now after spending billions to get it to that point. And now everybody's like, we should do what Netflix is doing. And Disney,
you get some of that Cowboy Bebop money.
Cowboy Bebop money.
Disney has the war chest to be able to pull it off.
You know, it's kind of nice to hear you guys didn't like Cowboy Bebop because people who haven't seen the original were like, yeah, it was enjoyable. It was pretty good.
If I see the original, do I have to? Can I watch it with English dub, or am I going to be cast out?
Yeah, so Cowboy Bebop is pretty largely accepted as one of the best dub that's ever been done in anime. So I think it's
better
like
than
super accessible. Better than.
Briar. That's actually really good to hear because I was curious about that because if I am Cowboy Bebop curious, and if there's an English dub, that's
why I was like, just watch the original because it's so accessible for people who.
That's on Netflix too, right? Watch
it is, yeah.
Perfect.
It's so accessible for people who don't watch anime or like don't watch a lot of foreign media. It's like it's super easy. The dub's great and the show's great. Just
I'm gonna give it a shot because I do like some anime, contrary to popular belief.
We've seen the games you play, Brian.
We know you're a brony.
Hell yeah, I am. What do you hate? You should see my collection, man. I got all the ponies.
Damn. It's on that shelf, the one you can't see on the camera, you see.
Yeah,
it's right. The camera that way.
The brony shelf.
I don't like light to hit their hair because it fades the hair over time. So you got to keep them in a protected case.
Very thoughtful of you.
UV protected case.
You don't want to drop the market value.
Right.
You're gonna sell photos of them as NFTs.
Yeah, you can make a little miniature.
That's the next market.
Yeah, little dioramas.
Speaking of NFTs.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Applebee's is putting out an
Applebee's is putting out NFTs? What?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand NFTs, to be honest with you. I don't understand them. I understand like the concept, like we will sell you a gift for $100,000, but I don't understand like why anybody would buy it. Like I don't understand the value.
Did you see the interview with Keanu Reeves? Where he just cracked up and started laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so Keanu, what do you think of scarcity in the digital space? He's like, that can be easily replicated. And then and his laugh was great.
He's like, you own this piece of digital art that you can easily copy, easily replicate. Amazing.
Oh, Keanu, never change.
Yeah, I like the people who are copy and pasting the NFTs to other places, and then the people who are now getting upset that their NFT has been copied and pasted.
Really?
It's been replicated. Yeah.
There actually been some people upset about that?
Right click save as is a thing. How dare you?
Yeah, it's a super confusing thing because like it's all about the blockchain, whatever they can verify ownership and stuff like that. And it sounds great in theory, but it doesn't feel like.
Does it?
Well, okay. The idea that you could have a unique piece of digital good, sure. Like that's an evolution. Like you could see that being useful down the road for certain things, as in money and all that. But in today's day and age and how our internet operates and all the technology that currently exists, it doesn't feel like there's actual technology to fully realize that idea of what the NFT wants to be. At least I feel that way. I don't know for sure. I haven't investigated all the technology behind it.
The thing that has been upsetting me the most is I see every day on my timeline an artist who has had all of their art stolen and minted by someone else to be sold as an NFT. And it's so unregulated to check that it's actually art that someone owns. You know, funnily enough, they can't make sure that the thing that they're selling, where the whole point is to check that you own it, is owned by the person selling it initially.
Yeah.
Thus, the issue of the technology not really actually existing yet to do what they are claiming it to do. Like it's just not there
made
yet.
Up bullshit.
That's what it feels like. It feels like someone's like, "Hey, we could make money off of this. Here's a new way." Like Kiana said, here's a new way of selling things. In that interview.
And it's really just a lot of like rich people that are like, I'm going to drop my $200,000 that I've been sitting that's been hidden under my bed because I'm going to say that I own this JPEG of a duck. Okay.
Yeah.
It's one expensive duck.
I can make better art for 2 pence. No. In that app, that Dream app, I can make better art.
That Dream app is insane.
Oh, that Dream app is awesome. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so cool. Yeah. So NFTs.
Did you guys hear the Analog Pocket has been released?
It looks amazing.
It does look amazing, and reviews have hit. Like they sent out a bunch of units to reviewers. The reviewers are very happy about it. High quality piece of unit, high quality piece of kit, and they're opening up pre-orders again tomorrow, which is a little bit weird. You want to get on that right when they open up because they've announced that some are going to ship in Q1 2022, some are going to ship in Q4 2022, and some are going to ship in 2023.
Yikes.
But if you got in on the previous round of pre-orders, then yours should be shipping like right away.
I'm waiting for that email to come through.
Yeah.
What is it you can play on the Analog Pocket again? Refresh my memory.
You can play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, Game Gear, TurboGrafx 16, and Atari Lynx.
Nice.
But traditionally with analog hardware is they have released what they call a jailbreak. And that has opened them up to play other systems. So the hope is that it'll be able to, somewhere down the line, be able to play like NES, Super Nintendo, and a bunch of other systems.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're an enthusiast, like that's an easy buy, right?
Yeah. Jason Hyperton's got one. He got into the pre-order, so hopefully he gets it by tomorrow night's retro slot. So we'll be talking about it a bunch tomorrow.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we have two major things to talk about. First one,
18 major things.
Well, okay, I was going to bundle the Game Awards as one major thing. And then I was
all four of the trailers that were bigger than
Elden Ring. Bigger.
Anything bigger than Elden Ring.
Okay.
After that, I want to talk about Halo Infinite campaign, but since we're already talking Game Awards, let's do it. Halo Infinite campaign towards the end of the show. All right.
Which one of the announcements? Here's the fun game you play. Which one of these announcements do you think Jeff thought was bigger than Elden Ring?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Open world.
Of the Wild.
It's an open world Sonic.
Jeff Keighley's nose, because he's lying. So his nose is bigger than the Elden Ring.
I feel like a social media manager made that tweet and posted it, and Jeff was like, "Whoa, well, it's out there now. What are we gonna do?"
No, I'm pretty sure.
The trailer for the Sonic game. Let me talk about the trailer for the Sonic game real quick, because it was so weird to see the Sonic that we all know and kind of like in like a Skyrim style, Breath of the Wild style open world. Like, it was just so bizarre. Like, those two styles of art don't match at all. But the whole time I was laughing because last week when we were asking what games could be like as big as Elden Ring announcement, and Tefty's like, Sonic. And
I did. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Sonic got a big game announcement. I mean, it could be good, but who knows, right?
True. Yeah, I hope it's like the movie where initially we're like, what? Sonic movie, this looks terrible. The little teeth and the eyes is so weird looking. And then it comes out and it's like, whoa, that movie was actually good. I can't wait to see the second movie. So maybe it's like this.
I could see it, I could see it, but like being potentially fun. I mean, in a similar way to sort of like how Kenna was fun in that, like, you kind of got this cool open world with like some little puzzly elements. Like, I feel like Sonic's movement would lend itself to like, oh yeah, I'm going to explore this open world and do some like fun little platforming bits. But I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether it would be a bit like out of place.
Listen, Idris Elba is Knuckles, and that's all we need to know about the movie.
Yeah,
that's
true. True.
Yeah.
When you're watching the trailer again, it definitely has a Breath of the Wild air to it. Like
the game, it's an open world Sonic.
It's well, I mean, like even the puzzle type of stuff, it reminiscent of Breath of the Wild and like the ruins and all that.
Yep.
I just want Sonic Mania too, because that's the last good Sonic game that came out. It's a fantastic game.
What if this is the
we'll see.
next good Sonic game comes out? You never know.
True. We'll see. It could be.
Again, I thought the movie was going to suck, and then I watched it, and I was like, that movie's amazing. I loved it.
I still haven't seen it.
We saw Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. It kind of looked like fun. You get to be the bad guys killing like Justice League good guys.
Yeah, I want to see more of that. Like, I mean, it looks like that kind of like fun, chaotic sort of gameplay. But it's like, I want to see the structure, because whenever they show that kind of stuff, and there's just like lots of shoot, but like, how does it actually tie together? But
what is your game? What's your video game?
Yeah, you're all shoot, but what are you actually doing? What am I doing?
Exactly.
With my time?
Where's the story?
Shoot.
Where's the Rocksteady flair?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's made by Rocksteady, the creator of Batman Arkham games, which I would say changed the industry.
Yeah. They had a massive impact. Yeah.
We saw Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream.
We did.
I can't think of anything I'm less interested in than a Quantic Dream game, but they got Star Wars.
Some hella drums. Let me say, those drums.
Yeah, the Star Wars taiko drums were awesome.
They were pretty awesome. I read more about this. It was something about freaking the High Republic. Something's happening in the High Republic.
The Old Republic?
The High Republic. So let's see. Star Wars Eclipse. What is it actually about? It's right. It's an action adventure, multiple character branching narrative game set in the High Republic era of the iconic Star Wars galaxy. So the idea is that you play multiple characters, and the way that you play each of their stories changes the overall story that's happening in the game.
So Quantic Dream is making a Quantic Dream ass Star Wars game and probably abusing their development studio while doing it.
Yes. Well, we can hope not. Yes. Yeah, could be good. Could be interesting.
Monolith, who made Middle-earth: Shadow of War, is making a new Wonder Woman game, and they said that they're going to use the what is it called, the Nemesis system in this game. Seemed kind of cool.
Oh, Nemesis system was fun. Yeah.
Wasn't that the one that Warner Brothers patented?
Yeah.
Is that where Nemesis chases you in Resident Evil?
No.
The nemesis is like you're playing Wonder Woman, all of a sudden,
Bust
stars.
through the brick wall.
I wonder how it would fit into the Wonder Woman game though, because it's like, do you think they were just like, we've got this patent now, so we're just going to force it into all of our games now?
Could be. I also wonder if this is going to be like an open world game. Which how does a Wonder Woman game?
Yeah, we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it. I mean, Wonder Woman is hot. That Gal Gadot doing the.
If only it was Gal
Wonder Woman
Gadot
stuff
in the game, that'd be cool.
It's not though, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I wish.
Alan Wake 2?
Alan Wake 2?
Anybody play Alan Wake?
I never did.
Yeah,
I was asleep.
I played the first one.
The
first one was definitely it was not what they're doing with the second one. The second one, they said this is their first survival horror game that they're making.
Okay.
So Alan Wake 1 was a scary game, but because it was more like kind of actiony and less of the must survive vibe, it wasn't as scary as those kind of games. But yeah, they're taking it in a direction of survival horror.
And this ties in with Control as well, like the same universe.
Oh yeah, supposedly, yeah. Do you know when you look at that kind of that direction? I mean, obviously, I wasn't a fan of either one, but like, and I know there's it's not like there's only so many times you can reinvent the wheel or create new genres, and obviously, there'll always be genres where people will create within. But there's so many games these days where it's like, all right, open world Sonic, open world Wonder Woman. We're gonna take Alan Wake, which is an interesting idea, but like, and obviously the first one didn't work too well. They're like, I know, we'll just turn it into a survival horror game, which we've got plenty of. It just feels like, to a degree, there are so many games these days that are just like, instead of just trying to do something new, we're just gonna put our skin on an already like known genre and just churn it out. And I'm just like, I mean, Alan Wake wasn't that interesting, but now turning it into like a survival horror, like,
there's some big Alan Wake fans.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The open world question to me is a little different. It's the open world to me is like, how everybody wants long ass video games. How do we make a long ass video game? Well, let's put a bunch of fucking trivial bullshit into it and make it open world.
Yeah. That's true.
Forspoken?
Forspoken, yeah.
Game looks amazing.
Eric's has some more news on Forspoken. I was watching your video.
Yeah, so we got like a little like preview earlier in the week. Got to kind of just like see some extended gameplay. It's looking like really, really like it looks really nice. Like, and I'm definitely really interested in like I like the character. I like kind of like the idea because obviously again it's like basically Isekai the video game. So like I'm like it's a cool concept. My only concern at the moment is just purely because we see lots of like very, very cool looking gameplay, but it kind of looks almost like in a tech demo because it's very like visually it's very impressive. Like when you there's a lot of skill permutation in the game, so they've sort of showed off some magical abilities, but when you see the gameplay with HUD, you have lots and lots of spells to link together that you can just like change on the fly. So it seems like in gameplay you can do some like really, really fun things. You start like combining these elements together and linking them together to do like cool spell combos and like get these very sort of impressive looking particle explosions. So it all looks cool, and then you've got this like nice open world, and then when you're moving around, they've got this thing called like magical parkour, so you can seamlessly just like glide over the landscape, which looks fantastic. But it kind of, I also asked that same question with the whole like open world thing, where it's like, are we just going to be like gliding from like mob to mob, destroying enemies, but like what's the what's the pull here? Obviously it's got a story, and obviously the isekai angle I'm interested in, but again, we haven't seen enough to know what your gameplay loop looks like right now.
Interesting. Yeah.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is being developed by the same guys who made the Friday the 13th game, which I honestly really enjoyed.
I love the Friday the 13th game. They had a copywriting issue, right? Because they wanted to do more with Friday the 13th. So I guess Texas Chainsaw Massacre is where they're going. I will say, it's a bit weird for me to, I know you're going to laugh, so I'll just say I'm prepared for you to laugh, especially you, Brian. It's a bit weird for me to play a real life serial killer in a game.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
Because it's
you mean a different real life serial killer.
It's like, it's Ted Bundy the game. Seduce your victims and murder them. And I'm like, it's a bit weird. It's strange.
It is a little weird. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it's so iconic as movies at this point, though. I don't think people really connect it with the the true events of what actually happened. I don't even know when that happened. Was it the 1960s, 70s?
Sounds about right. Sounds about a right time frame.
I mean, most people just kind of connect that franchise with the film franchise, or that with the film franchise. But I hear you.
Except they keep saying based on true story, and I'm like, no, take it away. I don't want to.
I want to play my video games for not the true stories.
Yeah, you don't want to
I watch a movie for the true story. I don't want to be the true story. Thank you.
I think the most impressive thing that I saw during the Game Awards was Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that trailer.
I mean, that's a game franchise that I'm very into because the first game was so good.
So good.
But the second one, the trailer was really visually impressive. Like really visually
and it's
impressive.
all gameplay.
Yeah. It's insane, right?
Gameplay, though, in a way that I was kind of wondering, like, is this like quick time gameplay or is this actual?
Well, so I think that was the thing with Hellblade initially, right? Is that the gameplay was kind of like set piece gameplay. It wasn't. There were a little bit of like combat stuff that you would just do off the cuff, but it was a lot of set piece gameplay, and this was set piece gameplay, right? So it's clearly following like a set piece that you're playing through. It's not just you in the world killing things. But that's what I kind of love about Hellblade is that it does such a good job of making you feel like you are in her head with all the voices, and you start putting things together in the world that don't make sense to put together in a healthy mind.
The voices were definitely in the trailer too.
Yeah, they were.
It's storytelling through experience, visuals and sound and all that. And
yeah.
They showed a trailer for Halo the TV show.
They did.
I
saw Master Chief there and a person
checking this out.
When did they say that's dropping? They say give a date.
2022.
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I really do.
This is on Paramount,
Plus.
which I have. I do have a subscription to, and I've watched like a couple of things, and they haven't been the highest quality stuff. So I'm wondering, like,
yeah, I'm subscribed right now too, but like, it's definitely the first to go. If I'm pruning down subscriptions, like I don't.
Peacock is my first to go.
Peacock, I don't even think you even have to pay for it. If you don't mind the ads, which they do suck.
I do mind the ads.
Okay.
Unacceptable.
Yeah. I'll watch this for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
I just don't know. Like, I wasn't able to get a good feel for how good the show was going to be from this trailer, to be honest. Like, it didn't hook me. The trailer didn't hook me.
I feel like live action Halo has always been cursed.
Sure.
There's never, I don't feel like there's been a live action Halo that, because they've tried it a few times and it's usually kind of fallen flat. So,
yeah. I was kind of, at first I was like, okay, this is going to be a side story, but then Master Chief does show up. I was like, well, okay, this is Master Chief, this show. Yeah. So we'll see.
Wasn't it back in the day Neil Blomkamp was the one who was trying to do the Halo?
Man, yeah. They even, like, they have that wartlog that they built. Like,
yeah, like they built all the technology and then had to scrap it, and that's why they made District 9. I could be wrong in that story. It sounds familiar.
I believe that is accurate.
Yeah. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. Sonic Frontiers, we already talked about. Splitterhead.
Dude.
Splitterhead was
I was just laughing. I was laughing the whole way through that. I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So this is by the creator of Silent Hill. It also has audio done by the person who did audio in Silent Hill. And it's from their new studio, the Bokeh Studio. And they're making a game called Slitterhead.
Slitterhead. I said
they have slits in their head. So
it's hard to figure out where they came up with the name.
I don't know, no idea. It's great.
Apparently, I just missed it, but apparently it's not my thing, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
When they revealed the name, I literally laughed out loud.
Same. I was like, Slitterhead.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm playing this game.
Lord of the Rings Gollum. Got a cinematic trailer for that.
So I read about Gollum, some more about what the actual game is, and you're going between Smeargle and Gollum. Personalities. So you're playing through the game, and you can either choose to be basically the good guy or the bad guy as you're playing through, and it changes Gollum's personality when you're playing him, depending on how much you dip into either one.
How many hits of the Precious you've had?
Yeah, how many precious hits? Yep.
I really like the Lord of the Rings game, like the game universe. Like it seems it's just a good universe to set a lot of video games in. Like there's a ton of Xbox 360 games that came out that were, for the most part, really good. This though, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious about it, but the trailer didn't make me go, oh yeah. It definitely made me go, we'll see.
Yeah, reading about it made me go, okay, well, that's more interesting that you can, have a pretty different playthrough based on how you play. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll probably give it a shot just based on I'll give Lord of the Rings almost anything a shot just because I like that universe so much.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Definitely playing this because looks fun. Just looks like a good time.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It doesn't look like it's anything new, but yeah, it's just like Borderlands with magic abilities and big hammers. Cool.
Yeah, like more RPG in terms of how you make your character, right?
Yeah,
you customize your character, and it's more in a fantasy world, which is kind of more my jam. So
yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
Among Us VR got a 1 second gameplay clip, which is kind of weird. I can't imagine like this being the predominant way to play Among Us because it's so easy to put together a group of people to play Among Us on basically potatoes.
Right.
To all of a sudden add like VR headsets to the mix is like, well, wait a minute. This is adding like a level of complexity that kind of flies in the face of why I think Among Us, one of the reasons Among Us was so popular.
But think about seeing the murderer or like the spy round the corner.
Like around the corner.
And then coming at you. You're like,
that does sound pretty fun.
It does. Star Trek Resurgence is coming from Dramatic Labs, the people who used to be Telltale Games, or it's a studio made up of Telltale Games veterans. Third-person choice-driven game. I don't know. I like Star Trek stuff.
I like Telltale. Like they've made amazing games that really put you in the position of the story that they're telling. It really does do a good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like an interactive movie or interactive TV, right? Like Telltale style. It's kind of cool stuff. But you got to be in the mood for it too. It's like Arc Raiders.
That looks interesting.
I
mean, like I wanted to obviously see more of it, but I got weirdly Lost Planet vibes from it in some ways of like that whole kind of like leaping up and grappling onto things and stuff. But it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna
graphically it was impressive for sure.
It's gonna be a free-to-play third-person shooter where you unite to resist the onslaught of Ark, which are ruthless, a ruthless threat descending from space.
So it's gonna be filthy with microtransactions.
Ruthless.
Probably.
It's free to play. So.
The Matrix Resurrections and Awakens. Did you guys see? Okay, what I actually want to talk about is the demo, right? Yeah, you can download this demo. It is an Unreal Engine 5, basically like, what would you call it? Like a
tech
teaser. Tech demo.
Yeah.
It's fucking outrageous. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's kind of funny that they kind of were somehow able to get the Matrix as a tech demo in Unreal Engine 5 because it shows off. It not only shows off how good this tech is working, Unreal Engine 5, but it also, it's perfect timing to get you kind of hyped about the Matrix again.
Yeah.
As the movie's coming out. It's pretty good corporate synergy. I'd like to commend them.
Solid synergy.
I was just like,
fuck, man, that demo is awesome.
It looks insane. And there's so many times where people have like posted screenshots of it and things. And I was like, is that from the movie? Is that real?
Yeah.
Like, now genuinely we don't know from the Matrix or not.
I don't think that the release of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox 4 are the actual start of next gen. I think that it's this. I think it's Unreal Engine 5 is going to be the start of next gen. Because it's just such a dramatic increase in quality.
Well, I think they were talking, I've read several things, I can't remember where it was from, but they're talking about like being able to take basically movie assets, put them into games, and vice versa. Take a game asset and put it into a movie. And where instead of being like choosy as to which quality is which, like now it's like this asset can move in and out of games and movies and TV shows and all that stuff with the technology that they're building with Unreal Engine 5. It's pretty cool.
That is very cool. That's exciting.
There's also going to be the Expanse Telltale game. So not only are the people who used to be Telltale employees making a Star Trek game, but the new Telltale studio, whatever that means, is making the Expanse game.
The Expanse game, yeah.
You know, they actually announced there would be 2 parts. There's going to be the first one, and there's going to be an expansion.
Briar's like,
that was amazing. Well done.
You're very welcome.
I'm going to tell my grandkids about that one. That was a good one.
I hope you do. You can have that one free of charge.
So the season that they're coming out with right now, I believe, is the final season that they've been commissioned to do with Amazon. And they say they have other stories, but obviously there's no other thing that's been signed. But they're saying that they're ending season 6 in a good way that's going to be satisfying, but leaving the world open, obviously. So I'm wondering if the Telltale Games is going to pick up after season 6 for any kind of continuation, or if it's going to be like something to do with out in the Belters, a Belter story, you know?
Yeah. I'd prefer a side story and leave like the main the story that we've been watching available as like I mean they've said this is gonna be the final season, but it still could get picked up, right?
Yeah, they said that this wraps up the storylines that they've been telling with this arc of expansion.
With this crew.
Yeah. But they say they have a lot more.
The Rosinante?
Rosinante. They have more things that they can tell, obviously, but they haven't been picked up for more seasons or anything like that. So they want to end it in a good way.
A movie or something.
Yeah.
The second game I was looking forward to the most is Tunic. This looks like a Zelda game. This is a Zelda game.
It's made
and it looks
by
amazing.
one person.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tunic's made by one person. If you go onto like Steam, and it's the developer, Andrew Shouldice. That's the developer. There's also a demo on Steam, so if you want to check out like what gameplay is like.
Yeah, I've had my eye on this game for I think a couple years now.
Yeah,
it looks super nice.
Yeah,
because it's like a Zelda / Souls kind of game, right? Because whenever you die, you go back to like little bonfires and stuff. I think. To a degree.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both, which I think is becoming another genre, right? Where it's the Zelda Souls likes.
I'm all for it. This is my favorite. This is definitely better. After the past couple of years, like we were sort of saying earlier about some of the big AAA games kind of falling into the typical buckets and stuff. Whereas like now, most of the games I'm getting most enjoyments out of are like Metroidvanias and roguelites and those kind of games.
Yeah. There's a certain way that they this developer has done the isometric that like it checks the box of a really nice looking isometric game. And you put Zelda things, Metroidvanias type of stuff, and isometric top down experience, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm definitely in.
Is it coming to anything outside of Steam? Because I would love it on Switch.
Yeah, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So to play it portably, you're gonna have to get your Steam Deck out.
Steam Deck.
Fair enough. Get it out.
Like Death's Door is similar as well, reminiscent of that isometric type of look. So I really enjoyed that.
Very much so. Homeworld 3. This game kind of excited me. I'm a fan of the previous 2 Homeworld games. These are space RTS games. So imagine you have spaceships in space in 3 dimensions, but you're playing an RTS game with them. They've always been incredibly novel games, but also very fun and well-written games. I think it's been a decade or more since Homeworld 2. So
okay,
wow,
cool.
Crossfire X coming out in February, so plenty of time there. A very open schedule.
Sorry, goodbye.
Should get completely fucking buried.
I already said we're closed. We are closed for business.
I just wanted to mention it because it's the last time you're going to hear about it.
And I said before, I feel bad about it. I said before, I was like, everyone needs to support Crossfire so we get Lost Ark. But now we've got Lost Ark, then you can forget everything I said before.
Yeah, you know when Lost Ark is coming out, Eric? You know when it's coming out? February. It's coming out in February.
Quite possibly the way it's beginning there, right? So maybe I've got like a week to the max the character.
This is the thing. I was like, okay, so it's February 11th, but Founders, which you can get a
3
Founders
days
pack
early,
super easily, 3 days early. So I was like, okay, if it's February 8th, that gives me 2 weeks to just play Lost Ark before I need to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what?
This is very indicative of the conversation that's going to happen in February around Crossfire, which is it's going to be about how we didn't play Crossfire because there's 100 other games.
Yeah, I was like, February, why'd you do this? Why? And then because apparently everything's coming out of February or March, March is equally bad, to be honest. I was just like, fine, I'll take it. Early February, fine, sure, fine. Apparently I can't ask for April, or May. Too much.
Nightingale. This game looked kind of cool. It was like a survival game set in fantasy Victorian era. It's like a first-person shooter, survival-ish game. I don't know. It's just like a really novel look to it. I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. We read more about this. Again, I can't remember what the hell is said. But it was like you go through I think it's a roguelike almost, because you go through portals. You go through portals and then you cleanse the world, and then you go through portals and you cleanse another world. And you can co-op with other people in Nightingale. So yeah,
cool.
It definitely looked interesting. I like the style of it. The style was interesting.
Yeah.
It says here that you're stranded beyond your world, and then you have to prepare for a journey of adventure, danger, and discovery. So you can also build and craft. So you can construct estates, you can make farms, and you can have community farms. So like you can have a friend group where you all look after the farm and your estate and stuff, but you are also traversing forests and swamps and deserts and restoring
what was that Viking
portals.
Game we were playing earlier
Valheim.
Yeah.
Valheim. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's an open world realm, and you're going through portal after portal and kind of cleansing the world to unlock the next portal to eventually go home. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it does have Valheim vibes, but with more combat, probably more fleshed out combat.
PUBG's going free to play. Surprise to me because I kind of thought it had gone free to play a long time ago, but it's not.
Been holding out.
Are they calling it now? Isn't it now called PUBG Battlegrounds? Even though that's what the part of PUBG stands for.
Yes, it does appear that they are. Kind of like going to the ATM machine.
Yep. Or having your PIN number.
Player Unknown's PUBG Battlegrounds.
Cuphead, the Delicious Last Course, which is also DLC.
Cool.
Yeah, I love this. I can't wait. I really enjoyed Cuphead. And God, when did that game come out? 2017, 2018?
Something like that.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. It's one of those games where I remember even before the first game came out, they showed the trailer every E3 for it must have been 3 years.
Yes.
And now they've been showing the DLC trailer every year for 3 years. I'm just like, the game is amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Came out September 29th, 2017.
Yeah, so I'm just like, just put the DLC out already. Stop giving us trailers. We know it's gonna be great. We know everyone will love it. I don't need to see it.
Well, it's got a date, June 30th. So you still got a ways to go.
Not February.
So we can see one more trailer before it goes live.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that they release a Switch version of this that has both the DLC and the full game. Because I only have this on PC right now, and I'd love to get a complete package of Cuphead on the Switch.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Because I think the Switch can handle this graphically. Because the reason it looks so good is mainly because of the art. I think not because of some kind of craziness. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got a movie trailer.
Did. Yep. Knuckles.
Yep. Knuckles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Idris Elba did say he will not make Knuckles' voice sexy. I believe he has failed.
Liar.
Liar.
Annapurna is coming out with Thirsty Suitors.
Which I appreciate the representation in this game. It's not something that you see very often, which I thought was very cool. But I don't really know what it's about.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of it.
Something about dating, something.
Fighting, skateboards, cooking, and much, much more. It's going to tackle relationships and family dynamics. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. I think I'll buy it.
It does look cool. Yeah, it looks cool.
Dune: The Spice Wars is going to be a 4X game, real-time strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want another Dune movie.
Yeah, I'm interested in the movie, but if they put out a decent game, I'd be interested in playing that.
All right. Just give me the next movie. That's all I have on my list. You got anything else that we missed?
So there was, in the pre-show, there was a game that I was really excited about, which is called Have a Nice Death. It's got a similar art style to Death's Door, but it's a side-scroller. And it's a roguelike. So they also put out a gameplay trailer of it. Well, they call it a montage. It just shows you dying, arriving at the elevator again, going out, dying, arriving at the elevator. So you are the Grim Reaper, and you're going through, and like a roguelike, of course, you're unlocking something every time you do a run. And then you go back, you do another run. And the combat just looks good. Visuals look very cute, and I love the look of it. So I'm all in on Have a Nice Death. I think it looks great.
The combat does look good.
Combat.
Yeah, this looks great. I would definitely play this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting sick of roguelikes though. Could really go for just some straightforward fucking levels, you know?
I'm not getting sick of it.
Me
I'm
neither.
definitely down for more.
Yeah. GTFO is officially coming out of early access.
Get the fuck out.
You mean that isn't out already? Like, have people been playing that for like 10 years?
Yes, we played it as a DCP collective. We did a
I remember
stream of it.
Pope was constantly getting caught by
2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember we played like Pope? Pope was just attracting the monster that like grabs
that was
and
a different
attaches
game,
you.
wasn't it?
No. Oh yeah,
Was
I think you're
GTFO
right.
the really hard one?
Yeah,
the
you're
one
right.
Yeah,
that was
GTFO
like
was the really hard one.
okay.
The one you're talking about, Tafty, was the one with the aliens.
Yeah. They were kind of similar. There was similarities between the two.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo?
Yeah.
There was a Rumbleverse, which is actually, you can watch some gameplay of it on Twitch right now. It just seems like it's a BR, but it's a melee brawler kind of silly BR. And I watched MTash playing it on stream over the weekend, and it looks pretty enjoyable. It looks pretty fun.
Okay.
This was the trailer. I was like, okay, what kind of game is this? That's it.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time Googling what game is this? What kind of game? I just want to know what kind of game it is.
Yeah, when I saw this CG trailer, I just thought maybe it's like a Smash Brothers because everyone's trying to do Smash Brothers right now. So, but then I was like, and I was wrong.
But it's a BR. And then the last game, I think it was the last one that I was excited about, is Tichia, which is the game where you play a girl and you can like, or maybe a boy. I don't know if you can make a character, but you can turn into animals. So you can turn into you can jump, and then you can turn into a bird, and then you could fly, and then you could turn into another animal. It just looks a really enjoyable sandbox to be able to do that, to be able to jump around and grab different animals, and the movement looks really fun. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what that ends up being like, because it looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. That trailer was pretty impressive looking, although it looked like it was just a cinematic. But Space Marine 1 was a very good game, well received, but I don't think incredibly popular. So I was a little surprised that they were making a sequel to it. Not that it's not the quality of the game was there. I just didn't know that it sold particularly well.
It's the franchise.
But I mean, the trailer made it look interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And then we had finally another trailer for Elden Ring. This was the story trailer, setting up the world, and unless thou be the Elden Lord with the crown guy. We've been waiting for the Elden Lord, unless you want to be the Elden Lord, and you're like, I do want
Force
to be the Elden
out the Elden Ring guy.
The Elden Lord has been corrupted. Yeah, it's good.
Yep,
it's great.
Yeah. So Halo Infinite. Did you guys get a chance to play the campaign?
Yeah, I have not.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of it on the Xbox, quite a bit of it on PC. It's great on both. Yeah, I prefer a controller for this game than I don't know, something about using a mouse and keyboard with this game that just doesn't.
I haven't even tried it with mouse and keyboard yet.
Perfect.
Only been using controller.
But even on a PC, I tend to plug a controller in because it just feels better to me.
I played a little bit.
God damn, this game looks a hell of a lot better than it did a year ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, you can still see the kind of like the older style visuals, but like they've obviously updated it for from the complaints that have happened because it's a big open world, you know? I mean, they were saying it's not massive, or people were saying it's not as big as some of the other stuff, but it's like, pretty big.
It doesn't feel like a Skyrim kind of thing.
Right. It doesn't feel like Skyrim because like there's only one biome and there's only one biome, pretty sure. And
that's all I've run into. I haven't finished the campaign yet.
Yeah, me neither. I've actually been getting distracted heavily, which I think is always a good sign for me anyways of open world-ish games. If I find myself getting distracted on or if I don't realize I'm getting distracted and I am getting distracted, then the game's fun for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm getting distracted doing all the various side quest type of stuff and getting into fights with various enemies, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I think aside from the fact that I know that the scenery doesn't change too much, you know, which could be something as a expansion, infinite storytelling type of thing down the road that could change things. Aside from that, I've actually really enjoyed what they've done with the campaign. And I think the combat is incredibly fun.
What is it about the campaign that you've really enjoyed? Because I'm not having that experience. I'm kind of like, all right, this feels like Halo in an open world, but it's not grabbing me in the same way that I was hoping it would. Like the drifter in the ship, the pilot, is completely uninteresting as a character. Master Chief is, he's Master Chief, right? He doesn't say a whole lot. He's just kind of like an action hero. They brought back, they have this Cortana stand-in who is not really any different than weapon. Cortana. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's all there, but it's just, except for the heart, the soul of it is just kind of like, doesn't get me excited to like jump in.
I think that's when we were talking on DCP about it. It's kind of what Mylan was saying, right? Where he was like, there's none of those like big epic set pieces that you'll look back in Infinite, like a warthog run from the campaign or whatever. You're just, he's like, the sandbox is really good. It's a really fun Halo to play. But then he said that he doesn't like anything else.
Like so far,
I disagree.
I haven't gotten far yet, but like, there's no like scarab moment, like where you're like, oh shit, look at this huge ass scarab that's like giant walking tank that's coming across the environment. Let's go blow that fucking thing up.
So mission structure is obviously very different because they've gone for this open world type of thing, which you're either going to love or hate. Because if you miss the old school storytelling of Halo, then yeah, you're going to be like, where's your giant scarab, and you got to run your warthog through. But on the other side, they've got these boss fights that are very like they have these moments where suddenly it's time for this boss fight, and they're not dumbed down. Like you definitely have to pay attention and get into it. And they have this conversation that goes back and forth with the characters that are saying stuff. So I feel like that wasn't there in previous Halos. Those type of boss fights where you're suddenly fighting this one elite that's guarding this base or something, or like this brute or something. You know what I mean? Like that's been an addition that I really enjoy, and I feel like that has been part of the replacement of some of those epic things, because just deciding to go off and run into some sort of installation and kill all the brutes or kill all the banished there has been extremely entertaining. And that is sandbox stuff. But then I find myself getting close to like the story objective, and I'm like, oh, let's go to the golden line, do that. And then it's an interesting little puzzle to figure out all these enemies that are coming at me, destroy that. And suddenly the boss fight shows up and the character has a name and a shield. And it's like a Destiny named character that I have to take down.
Yeah.
You know? So I
really like
that.
how the game feels too, right? It's like the guns feel awesome. The grappling hook feels awesome. Master Chief feels awesome. Driving around in the vehicles in the open world, everything feels great. Like all of it does.
Well, once you upgrade the grapple hook to have the faster cooldown, oh my god, like it's so awesome. And you time your jumps to then like start skating across the landscape. Like
you get to a point where you don't even need vehicles anymore.
Yeah, vehicles are cumbersome. And scaling mountains.
Yeah, they've got vehicles in the open world, but it feels like there's so many rocks and boulders in the open world that I feel like I don't really want to drive them that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I find myself also just opting for the mountain. Like instead of going around the mountain, I'm like, let's just go up.
Go up it.
Just keep on trying. And then I eventually get the hook and it slingshots me up even further. I'm like, get the hook again, slingshot. And suddenly I'm attacking the base on the other side of the mountain, but I'm top down. And I remember to bring like a sniper or something. So then I'm sniping these guys. I don't know. I've really been enjoying it. Now, again, it doesn't have those, like you were saying, doesn't have those big mission points where suddenly this huge epic thing is happening. Then again, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm assuming it's not going to have too many huge epic moments. Aside from the opening, actually, the opening was fairly epic. That whole sequence.
Yeah, I found the opening to be awful. Like here I am, like trying to get into the first open world Halo, and it starts you off in like on the ship where it's just corridors, and I'm just running down corridors. I was like, and it was like an hour before I got to open world Halo, which was that's what's on the box, open world Halo. And I'm just like, I'm meeting the most boring drifter and wannabe Cortana. I just wanted to get to the
but do you not feel that
open world.
Do you not feel like if you drop straight into the open world, maybe you wouldn't have that same like wow moment, because it's almost reminds you like this is traditional Halo, like we're running through corridors, then it's like suddenly here's your world. Whereas if it's like the first thing you do is drop in there, do you think you would have had the same?
Yeah, that's traditional Halo. That first mission was basically Halo 1.
I don't know, man. I really don't like the pilot as a character. Like I really don't like him. I don't find.
I don't mind him.
I guess he could be fairly convincing if they wanted to have like a foil to Master Chief, who's always kind of just straight ahead. We're gonna blow this shit up and get the job done. But he's just like always doubting, always like, oh, we're gonna die if we do this. Like he's just such a coward all the time, and you just want. I don't know. I don't like him. I just find him to be annoying and like.
I definitely have the opposite take.
To the story.
I felt like he's humanity, like he wants to get back home to his family, and Chief's like, well, if you want to have your family like exist, we have to take care of the ring. So I like his character actually, and I completely disagree with you on that.
It may be that relationship changes if that relationship changes over the course of the game. Maybe I'll like it more. Certainly that could happen.
Sure.
But then I don't know what the deal with the weapon is, but like it's just Cortana.
Well, she was designed to take care of Cortana, like delete her.
It sounds like Cortana. It's like there's no difference. Like,
because Dr. Halsey made the AIs, and
okay,
it's.
It just seems like an interesting choice. Well, there's, we've got 3 games talking about how Cortana is like this rogue AI, and Chief really like they have this interesting relationship, and she's not here for Chief anymore, so we just made another one. What the fuck?
No, the weapon was made to delete Cortana because she was.
I don't care why
she was having AI rot or whatever.
Gameplay and like being there, it's like why why go through?
Well, if
all
you're not going to
this
pay
with
attention to the
story of
lore, then you
Cortana
can't complain
and
about the
replace
character.
her with this exact same fucking character.
Oh my god, I completely disagree with you on the beginning opening. In fact, the Kotaku article is like, this is a crap opening. Complete BS. That I thought that opening was fantastic because it teaches you, like it forces you to say, all right, you need to use the grapple hook and get used to the movement thing on there. All right, and then get used to the like being Master Chief again, going through this ship, and also is a throwback to the original stuff. Like that was essentially in the beginning of some of the beginning games. Like you had the go through the ship and
David
do
did
some
the
stuff.
thing where you got to look up, look down.
Yeah, it's like a calls back to that, and then they get your first big fight and all that, and then they throw you back or then you get into the open world area. So I actually thought it was great.
I don't need to be trained how to do a first person shooter on a controller anymore, though. You know, like I could just skip that.
But somebody does.
Somebody does, but I had fun. I had fun killing the enemies in that area. I was playing Halo.
I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm going to connect with this game more as I play. I plan on finishing it, although I haven't finished Halo 4 or 5, so to be honest with you.
Well, no wonder you don't know what's up with Cortana.
I don't. Problem is they haven't made a good game since 343 has not made like a great Halo game yet, and I don't think this is it either.
I think the multiplayer is pretty fantastic, and
I'm
definitely enjoying the campaign.
Okay,
it's definitely not going to be top Halo campaigns ever made, but I don't think it's bad by any means. Like it's fun for me. I'm enjoying going through the steps. Now, the complaint wise, there is repetition that happens with these installations that are around the open world. You do find the same things, but the sandbox is so good that, like, at least for now, I'm not complaining about it. I'm noticing the similarities. I'm like, okay, that's fine. These guys come in. Oh, new elite with some, crazy charger thing. Like, cool. We'll try taking these guys out. So, yeah. It's also Game Pass. Free to play. If you have Game Pass.
Free to play on PC and Xbox.
Yeah.
It runs at 120 FPS on the Xbox for X, whatever.
Nice. I'm playing it on my TV.
If you have a TV.
On my 75-inch TV. It's great.
Yeah. But it looks great. I mean, it really looks great. I think it runs really smooth. It just feels really good. Everything about it. It feels like, they've really like kind of taken the core of what Master Chief should feel like. Mm-hmm. And they've evolved it to be more modern, right? And like, I don't know lore wise how he's got a grappling hook, but fuck it, I don't care really.
Yeah,
because it's just so fun to use.
I think they just suddenly had a modified.
Has that been there the whole time? We just they didn't teach us how to do that when we look up and down.
Yeah. What if he just skipped that training the entire time?
That's what the black button was for on the Xbox controller. We just didn't know.
I thought it was the eject button. Eject out of the suit. Yeah. Well, I'm still a ways before I even finish the campaign, so I won't be able to comment on that till later.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you play? You liked Halo 4, right?
I have played all of the Halos multiple times, except for Halo 5, which I've only played through once.
You played through Halo 5 as well. I could not finish Halo 4. I was so bored. In Halo 5, I think I played 6 hours of, and I was just like, okay, moving on.
Well, is what it is. What can I say?
It is what it is.
What did you guys think? I'm interested of the winners of the actual Game Awards.
Oh, right.
Awards. We were wrong. We were. There's true. We were.
The game of the year was not what any of us thought it was going to be.
I don't think any of us played that game though, right?
No, true.
I'm playing it over Christmas. I've decided. I figured with Tomo, I figured it would just be like a nice Christmas game to play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've heard good things about it.
Can't wait to hear what you think of it.
Very good things. Yeah. Generally, I was pretty all right with most of the winners. Like Kana took best indie, best debut indie. Returnal got best action something.
That was.
What did it get? Got something.
Was it
Sounds
action?
good.
It
Got something.
I need to look it up real quick.
Yeah, I need to look at them. Tales of Arise took home an award, which was definitely well deserved.
Best action game. That's what
Best
Returnal
action
got.
game. Very glad it got that.
Which, it makes sense. It's very action oriented.
I think what I saw online, people being upset about was, I think it was best art direction or something, going to Deathloop.
I saw that, and then someone showed like Artful Escape, which is I've played through most of Artful Escape, and it's like a LSD trip.
Yeah.
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 It's very cool.
Craziest visuals don't necessarily mean best art direction, though, right?
Well, yeah, but I know I do see that side of it. It's like the Deathloop team really crafted a world, the 70s inspired crafted world type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's where a lot of subjectiveness comes into play here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
generally, I was like,
I kind of think it's hard.
The only thing I would say that I wish they would do is I wish they would stop just rushing through the winners. Like, I would love to see developers who have won all of these awards be able to get up and say something and see their reaction and be able to
game trailers.
But they're just rattling
premiere.
it off. It's like, oh yeah, Kana best indie. They also won best debut indie, and then it's like Final Fantasy won this thing and this thing as well. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's become more of a game trailer show and less of an award show these days.
It always has been.
Oh yeah, it's getting less and less though. They're now not even they have like what 3 people go up there and accept the award with all the things that are in there.
Yeah.
So I would like to see more because I do think it would be nice to celebrate the studios and the developers and have it be a celebration of what the industry has achieved over the year. So I would love to see them get up and be able to give a speech.
I can skip that. I don't watch the Oscars either. I'm more about just reading the list after it's done.
I would like to see developers and see their reactions for winning stuff.
Listen, Breyer doesn't care about Cortana or the developers.
Doesn't care about humans.
Or Jar Jar Binks.
No. Or Jar Jar Binks.
I don't care about Jar Jar Binks or humans.
See?
There's very limited humans that I can
Breyer's out here trying to make sure he doesn't get eaten. All right? He's on a high alert.
It's very stressful.
It's very stressful.
I don't know. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Oscars. I watch a lot of movies, but I don't really give a shit about the Oscars. Like, make a great movie and I'll watch it. That's kind of where the relationship ends for me.
Sure.
I don't watch the Oscars either, but seeing the winner of like Game of the Year being It Takes Two and him getting up there and being so excited was really cool.
Yeah.
When he made that other game where he was talking all sorts of shit on the Game Awards, so I was kind of hoping he would talk a little shit, but he was kind of docile this time around.
Well,
what was that guy's name?
They don't give people a lot of time to talk up there. Another thing, it's just
Maybe
like
he's
you
partly
won.
to blame
Go
for
away.
that, honestly.
This thing was great.
Jeff was too busy queuing up his Elden Rings tier trailers. That's why.
Right.
Yeah. Full caliber.
All right. Well,
I wanted to ask Eric's about a game that's coming out this week, which is the Gunk. Because you did a video on the Gunk. How is the Gunk?
Well, the team have played it. I have not played it. I was editing other videos today, unfortunately, for something else that comes out this week, which stay tuned this week. But I mean, from what I've seen, like, I like the look of it. Like, I just like the visual style for it.
The visual style is
it does look good.
Yeah, it's kind of like, not open world, but like, you jump on a planet and it's kind of like puzzle action adventure game because you kind of have to go and play around as you're this character trying to sort of clear all this, the gunk from these planets. And then in the kind of process of clearing that stuff out, you're also revealing like locations and stuff. So there's definitely like that kind of like action adventure puzzle thing. So it's definitely a game that like I want to play because I like the visuals for it. But yeah, I actually haven't. The video that was edited today was done by the team, so I actually haven't played it myself yet, unfortunately.
It's on Game Pass, so I was like, I might check it out. It's on Game Pass.
PC and Xbox, or
yes.
You know what is coming out this week though? Just around at the week, is the beta for DNF Duel, which is the next fighting game that Arc System Works and Neopol are working on. So yeah, that's looking really cool. That I really like the marketing they've been doing for that, because they dropped the trailer and they just kept on dropping new character videos every few days. They're like, check out some more and some more and some more. And then we got through the 5 and they were like, now we're going to show you 5 more. And they're like, oh, and there's a beta. I'm just like, I love this. So it's looking super cool. That's this weekend, but it runs from 17th to the 20th.
Nice. Yeah. Overall, Game Awards shows some stuff I'm interested in. We got release dates for some stuff, which was nice. And every time February was mentioned, I screamed.
Yes.
I think the whole year is going to be pretty jam-packed with a lot of games. It seems like all the games that got delayed out of like 2020 and 2021 are going to finally actually drop in 2022.
Yep.
I just can't believe there was no Zelda trailer. I thought that was a given.
Nintendo was like a no-show. Like nothing from Nintendo.
Yeah, true.
They were just... So we'll have to see. Maybe they'll drop it at the beginning of the new year. They'll come back in January with a Nintendo Direct, and they'll be like, surprise! It launches in February.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
February is seriously closed. It's closed. It's really closed.
It's true.
All right. Is that
I think there are some speculation that Nintendo's going to have a pretty big Nintendo Direct coming up, where they're going to talk about next
January.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah. First or second week or something, or second week probably. Yeah. Because it's coming up pretty close now. If they're gonna drop something in March,
yeah.
Like we don't.
There's an argument too that the Game Awards are now such a big event that it's pretty easy for your game to get kind of lost in the shuffle. Like I mean, just the list of games that we were talking about today. There's so many.
I swear I hadn't heard of half of them. I was like, what have I been watching?
Yeah,
and I won't remember half of them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can end the show now, Tefty.
All right.
You got shit to do.
That's it. Thank you very much for watching and listening to episode 121 of SideQuest. Eric, I think this is your last episode for the year, right? You'll be back next
I'll
year?
Be back in 3 weeks. So have a good Christmas, everyone on the show.
Right.
Everyone, make sure you play lots of games, and I'll be back in the new year.
Yeah,
where are you going?
Enjoy your
You're
holiday.
taking a space ride with Eric's on the penis rocket, right? With Bezos.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna go and then play my Steam Deck on the moon.
Moon Steam Deck.
That's a good commercial. Hey, maybe there are fly influencers out there for a commercial for something on the moon.
I'm not flying anywhere with that. No, hell no. I'll go and live in the woods instead. I'll wave to the rocket as it's flying. Like, see ya.
It's just the most aerodynamic shape. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
are we
have
doing
a great holiday.
Next week?
We are doing a show next week. Yeah.
Okay.
But we aren't doing a show the last week of the year.
Yeah.
So that is our plan
27th.
for SideQuest. And yeah, well, that's the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Check out the merch store.
Oh yes, merch store. Yeah.
SideQuest t-shirt.
I don't think I have anything.
SideQuest. The SideQuest t-shirt is actually fucking awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you
put
to
the Day
Ash
One
for
Warlock
setting that up.
thing
It
up there.
really is a nice t-shirt.
Yeah. The merch is amazing. You can go check it out. merch.streamelements.com/DCP_live. If you want to pick up
I wonder if
some
we can get Ash
shirts.
to make one that says side piece in the same font.
Oh dear.
Maybe for Christmas. Ask her for All right, that's the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next
everybody.
week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You can give it to your girlfriend, you know?